Dark Sky is back. So they have a new weather app called Acme Weather, and it's made by the same creators of Dark Sky. Now, if you've been around the Home Assistant environment long enough, or familiar with Dark Sky even from the past, it was pretty much the de facto weather integration back in the day. And then they got acquired by Apple. So Dark Sky, the company Dark Sky, got acquired in Apple, and then in around 2022 they shut it down. And I think it eventually became what is now WeatherKit within the Apple developer ecosystem there.
Yeah.
So I guess it turns out that the folks that actually built Dark Sky came back and they're like, "Hey, we do weather, so here's another weather app," right? And that's called Acme Weather, and it basically tries to show you a whole range of different outcomes for the weather today. And there's also a community reporting feature in it, which is pretty cool. So right now it's only in the US and on iOS only as well on Apple, the Apple ecosystem. But hopefully that will change because I'd love to see what they came out with. I know Dark Sky was, I'm pretty sure Dark Sky was limited to iOS at the time as well. I don't remember if it was only the US, but
But no, well, for me, like this is like a blast from the past, right? Like if you go back to
yeah,
our first episodes, I think every episode we would have been talking about some form or another, either guests coming on or updates to Home Assistant would have been around the Dark Sky, because that was basically one of the first weather integrations into Home Assistant.
hmm
This new app. Um, I think the problem that I don't know how popular it's going to be, but the problem they're trying to solve is that if you go to like uh, weather in Google, and then you might go to your local bureau's weather, and then your TV channel's weather, then weather.com, they're all different, right? Like they've all got it's going to rain, it's not going to rain, here's a chance of rain. From my understanding, I'm not in the US, so I don't have access to the app, and I'm an Android user anyway. This app is trying to show you a range of sources and what those possible outcomes could be, right? Like, so it'll try and give you an average of, all these people are saying it's going to be 27 degrees today, a range between 24 and 27 degrees today. So that's your baseline. The community reporting feature, I'm not too sure about. I guess they're trying to be like a Waze for weather, if that makes sense. Maybe if someone reports there's thunder in an area, you can get maybe like really localized data. That would be cool from a home automation perspective, and particularly a home assistant perspective, if there was an API available where someone's weather station at home could report into that, right? That I would love to see something like that. Now, when the Dark Sky was around previously, it was API based, so you didn't need to have an iOS device. You could sign up for an API key from the Dark Sky and then
yeah.
integrate that into Home Assistant. I hope Acme Weather will go down that route, and eventually there will be an Acme Weather API. And if we can do like these community reporting things and bring that back in as a weather sensor, maybe this is probably very long term, but yeah, at the moment,
Yeah.
Dark Sky, it's back in some form or another. Good to see a little bit of a memory there.
And I remember Dark Sky being like a pretty good looking application, right? It was like just the UI in there was just really nice. I haven't seen the UI on this, but hopefully that remains and that holds true. So
Yeah. I never saw the UI, so I only used the API key, so I can't comment on that.
yeah.